Hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens, a podcast about all that crap on Bravo that we just love to talk about. I'm Ben Mandelker, and joining me today is the one and only Ronnie Karam. Hey, Ronnie, how's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Doing great, thanks. We're a week away from the crappies. Everyone better come join us. Get your tickets at watchwhatcrappens.com or join us virtually with Kizwe. Also get those tickets at watchwhatcrappens.com, and those links are also available in our bio on our social media. So go join us for all of that and join us on Patreon so you can get your ad-free version of Crappens. Also, you get our free newsletter. You don't even have to be a Patreon member to get that. We just recorded our Traders recap. We have a lot to say. That is on Patreon as well. That's our weekly bonus episode. And also, if you're a Patreon member, you're going to have access to a pre-party that's going to be happening on the roof of the Fonda Theater next week for the Crappies, which is great. So go join us for that. And lastly, tomorrow, if you're in Miami, come see us for Chew on This, part of the South Beach Wine and Food Festival, where we'll be there on the stage doing our show. We go on at 2:15 p.m. We're the last one on the schedule, and we're on after the Elvis Duran morning show and also Carla Hall, Glenn Kelly, like all sorts of fun people. So we are going to close it out. So come join us for that here in beautiful Miami, which is where we're also recording from. If our audio sounds a little different, that's why we got our travel set up, and there have been all sorts of fun little technical errors all morning long. So sorry about that. But Ronnie, how's it going today?
Good. I'm sitting in my hotel room looking at all the people at the pool frolicking.
Oh, I want to see the pool view. I just have a view of the valet.
That's
Sad.
hotter.
No, it's not. It's really not.
So here we are with the Valley Persian Style season 10 episode season 1 episode 10. I think is what this says. Golnessa in the sky with lab diamonds.
Ooh.
So on the little preview picture they show when I was about to watch this, it was a picture of Adam and Reza doing tantric yoga, and I almost just stopped. I was like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not watching this. You cannot make me watch this. I won't do it.
Well, I watched it on the airplane flying here to Miami. So a whole bunch of people had to watch Adam and Reza doing tantric yoga. And I was sitting on the aisle. So a lot of people got to see it. I could not have been more mortified. I've seen a lot of weird shit on the airplane, but like to have Adam and Reza doing all that and it being broadcast to everyone around me, oh my God, I was so embarrassed. So
Definitely had a Lisa Kudrow from the comeback moment. Like, no one needs to see that. Like,
yeah.
what the? Come on, people.
Also, these episodes don't need to be supersized like every week. Like,
Yeah, we don't need
I'm
an
enjoying
hour and
the
a half
show,
of
but
this. Come on.
let's
Enough.
let's not.
Yeah.
Okay. So we start at Natasha and Amir's house where they're wrangling their kids, which is exciting. And then we go to MJ and Tommy's house, and MJ puts like some foundation on that's like it's like gold. It's like pure gold color. I'm like, are you turning yourself into C3PO? And she's like, look, Tommy, I got this on my face. And he's like, wow, look at you. You look crazy. You look crazy knocking on doors with that makeup on.
Yeah, you look like you got shit on your face. And she's going to go door to door to try and get customers, which, I mean, look, door to door may work for some stuff. I don't think so, though. I don't think it works anymore. People just get really furious when you come to their door. And I don't know that I'm ever going to hire an agent who's like, knock, knock. Hi, I live down the street. If you ever want to sell your house, get the fuck out of here. That's what I say. You're lucky we're not in Texas and I can't pull a gun on you for knocking on my door.
Yeah, I just am shocked that door to door is a thing, especially now in this era of like ring cams and whatnot, you know? Like, I just, especially also in this era of like certain organizations coming in and taking people away. I'm not opening any doors. So she's like saying that she's having a Twilight listing, guys, and she's gonna be having a party for 16 current clients, future clients, and most importantly, Mauricio. It's not a week on Bravo without Mauricio showing up somewhere.
Mauricio, guys, Mauricio's got to be on the show somehow. I was walking back to the hotel last night with our friends, and what do I see? Mauricio right there on a big poster, right in front of
Yeah.
the freaking Uber. It's like, can I just escape you? Leave me alone. And the poster is him, like two women are ripping off his shirt. He's just like, oh yeah, it's me, Mauricio. Wow.
It's too much.
It is. Can I even just have a nice, relaxing evening without Mauricio popping up somewhere? So, yeah, she's practicing door knocking with Tommy. She's like, okay, let's role play. Okay, here's me door knocking. Knock on door. Hi, I'm door knocking. Tommy, do you have anything to say? And he's like, it's just so unnatural.
And she goes, well, the mantra is I'm meeting my neighbors and I'm letting them know I am not gonna let real estate sign go up in this neighborhood without saying, well, at least they met me. They all have to meet me. I'm like, that was a pretty long mantra. So she's like, well, I know the wood has gotten to come out, but you can't put for sale signs on my block without me getting a piece. That's what you gotta tell people.
It's like doing mob style. You want to sell your house in this neighborhood? I get a piece.
Yeah, put a dead fish in their mailbox too, okay? Scare the shit out of them. Have a call Nessa show up with a knife, okay? Tell her, listen, I can get her out of here, but you gotta pay something.
Yeah. So then he's telling us, oh, yeah, my wife and I really love each other. You know, the bickering to fighting, whatever. Pfft. At the end of the day, you got nothing for nothing. And you got that. You got what me and MJ have. Because if you can't fart in someone's face first thing in the morning and still got them loving you, what are you even doing?
Well, we know we have our flaws, but it's like I also love so much the moments that I feel wholly supported by Tommy. Not so much the moments where he's making fart noises with his armpit, but yeah, more of the support stuff, Tommy. That'd be great.
Yeah. And she's like, I mean, I don't know. I need to practice. Like, maybe I'm going to suck the first knock. And he goes, what? I thought you said maybe I was going to suck the first cock. Like, what?
Wow. So then MJ goes out to start go knocking on doors, and she
Nobody
like
answers.
no one answers.
Girl, I don't even answer the door for the Uber people. And I told them to come over.
Yeah, no one comes. So then we go to a studio where Tanina is doing a photo shoot for her skincare line, her serum. And Reza Jax shows up and he's like, whoa, I love doing pro bono modeling. Are you stressed? Huh? And she's like, yeah, tomorrow I'm going to do like a lot of deliveries and my partner comes and I just have to blah, 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 blah. I got to do a photo shoot. So she's having a launch. She's going to be doing a launch party for her skincare, which will probably be the season finale party next week. And her skincare is called Skin by Tanine. And basically, she needs to get these photos done so that way she can put them on her website.
Yeah, I don't know that we need another skincare product from some D-list celebrity, but you know, I mean, you go live your dreams and stuff. But I think that Sky was actually kind of helping her. We do not have moisturizer for dogs,
No,
and that's actually one of the better ideas that I've heard on Bravo. So maybe you should stop being evil to your friend and just realize she might have given you a good idea.
yeah. So Reza Jax is like, so what's going on with the Sky? Is the vibe the same as when you finished that lunch or that I awkwardly set up for you guys? And she's like, I feel like we had that lunch and we ended it amicably and on a good note, but like also at this point, it's just like a very gray area. So I'm really not sure.
But if I see her at the Twilight open house, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna be like, "Hi." So that's my plan.
Yeah.
And so she says that she expects that Sky would have called her after the lunch if it was a real makeup session, but she never heard from Sky. So whatever. Oh my
And
gosh.
another point that's very important for her to convey, because she says it about 12 times this episode. I mean, if I see her, I'll say hello. I'm not 5 years old. I'm like, okay. So she says that literally every scene. She's like, well, I gotta go to the dry cleaners. If I see Sky there, I'm gonna say hi to her. I'm not 5 years old.
Which she doesn't really, by the way.
Yeah, she actually doesn't.
So so then they do this model shoot. Did we ever talk about how when they were in Palm Springs and they had that psychic medium or whatever come over and she was like, let me guess, you used to dance to Michael Jackson? He's like, oh my God, that's crazy. Did we ever talk about the fact that he has a gigantic Michael Jackson tattoo on his arm?
I did not notice that. I don't-
It's because it's blurred out, but someone sent us a picture of it. We're such dodo birds. And that site, they're all such dodo birds. You got Michael Jackson as a child right here. She's like, let me guess. You danced to Michael Jackson songs as a child? It's like,
I
oh my
know.
God, how did you know?
That is hilarious. He has it like a visual clue on his body for the psychic.
Yeah.
So he does some Zoolander faces and everything because he shoots photos for her skincare, etc. And then we go to Sky and Bumshot's house, and Sky is feeding her dogs cucumbers. Do dogs like cucumbers? Is that something, or is
My
this
dog
like?
does, but I'm worried to say that because someone could be like, "Oh, you're killing your dog." You gave him a cucumber. So I
But
don't
does
know.
well? But these are actually Erewhon cucumbers that she's feeding, so they're like pretty healthy. They're pretty good for
They're
you.
healthy. Yeah.
They're
Your dog
good.
might die young, but at least he's going to die feeling richer than everybody else around him.
Mhm.
So yeah, they're talking about her dad because her dad is dying of Alzheimer's and he's in Iran. So he's being taken care of by her family. And so she has a call with her sister and cries and tells us, in an ideal life, it would have been amazing and very helpful to have a best friend to actually take a bit of this weight off my shoulder. But, you know, Tanin can't do it. So like,
I
okay,
mean, you do
don't
have a
don't use your
husband.
dad's illness as like a guilt thing against Tanin, please, on the
Yeah.
TV show. Oh,
It was like it was a very emotional scene, and you feel bad for her. She's like separated. It's difficult. She's going to go visit. And then she turns it into well, if Tanin were here, you're like, mm-hmm.
yeah, she turns it into isn't Tanin a bitch? Like, ugh, no,
Yeah.
come on, Sky. I'm still rooting for Sky, but I'm like, oh, Sky, come on.
So now we go to a crystal store, and Gigi and MJ are there, and they're looking at crystals, and then they start doing aura photos, which is I always think aura photos are hilarious, and because it's like oh we put some colors around your faces in post production, and that's your aura, and you can pay me $200 now. So they sit, and Gigi's like, aura photography is when they read your aura colors and your energy. And my energy is dangerous, dangerous girl from the wrong side of the tracks. Watch out, she has a knife. But life is energy, you know? And like the whole universe is within an atom, similarly to the space. So, wait, what was the question? I got lost in my danger aura.
I looked at my danger photo and it wasn't even a colored, it was just a flashing siren because the police are coming because I'm scary.
My aura wears a leather jacket because it's tough.
So they have indigo around their aura, which means they are being talked about right now on a podcast called Watch What
Indigo.
Crappens.
Indigo means that's the color that sounds closest to I need to go.
Yes.
I need to go.
Yeah.
It's a
I
Gigi
like that
scene.
this one, they're like, we're in the valley. Let's do like crazy LA things every episode. We'll go to a weed store and then we'll
Yeah.
go get people's auras done. Then we'll go to like a Botox place. Does anybody just walk around to Home Goods anymore? I feel like that's a real friend show. When you're like, let's get a waffle to carry around at that waffle store next door to the Home Goods, and then just walk around the Home Goods and like bitch about people that we know. That's
It's just
friendship.
crazy that the only Real Housewives show that ever really did that was Dorinda and Bethany on Real Housewives of New York, and then Bethany hemorrhaged, which is like that's not even the city where you'd expect to see a Home Goods scene. Like
Yeah.
they're not even in the suburbs, and somehow those two are the ones that managed to have a Home Goods scene on Bravo, and like we've never seen
Yeah.
it again.
So the aura lady is like, oh, okay. From looking at this, it looks like you guys just like everything being calm and peaceful. Okay, you suck, and I'm not paying you my two hundred
No,
dollars.
you don't know what you're doing. You
Yeah.
don't know what you're doing.
So now they have their private scene. She's like, okay. So as I often do in the aura shop, you two go ahead and talk, and I'm just going to go to the back and I don't know, look at my past aura pictures. So you guys just make yourself comfortable.
Yeah, like any business owner, I will just leave the customers in the front of the store unattended to while I hide in a closet.
So, MJ, what's going on in your marriage? She's like, well, I feel like I'm juggling a lot every day with pickup and drop off because, it's difficult. And even Mauricio told me if you want to be a real estate person, you're going to have to miss some drop offs and some pickups. So I'm practicing by being at the Aura store instead of being at the drop off pickup place.
It's like that's not what he meant by that. He meant you'll be using that time selling houses, not going to the Aura store or
The
getting like
Botox place.
Botox. And
If you
she's,
want to be a realtor, you're going to have somebody do your pickups while you get Botox. That's how
yeah,
realtors do it.
I have a sincere question, and this is not coming from a sarcastic or cutting or trying to be funny place.
Then I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. Hold on, let me take a swig of this coffee because I just got something in my throat. Maybe that's a sign. But this is a sincere question. I think I asked you this. I don't remember if I asked it on the podcast or not, but if I didn't, I really am interested to know in like modern times in 2026 what the deal is with school buses. Because for me growing up, like everyone just took the school bus. And like if you miss the bus, then like my mom would drive me to school. Or every now and then my mom will be like, I'll drive you to school. But by and large, I took the bus and everyone took the bus. And of course I was in the suburbs, it's different. So I'm like actually generally curious. I feel like there's a lot of talk. There's a lot of talk generally about like what goes on at pick up and drop off. But here there's a lot of talk about like there's a whole scene later on about pick up and drop off, and then like we don't want to let their kid be at the bus stop. And I'm really genuinely curious, um, are people using school buses less, or is it we're just not and we're not seeing it as much? Or I like are school buses still a thing that people are using?
I don't know, but they sure need them. Maybe it's like a private school thing. Maybe he goes to like some kind of private school that doesn't have
Hmm.
a bus that goes to
What's
their
out of district?
neighborhood. I mean, I don't know,
Yeah.
but my kid's gonna get on the damn bus. I'm not
Yeah,
doing that.
I'm not making a value judgment or anything. I'm not being like, what? I'm just like I'm curious because I just feel like so much there's so much talk about like we don't miss a single pickup, we don't miss a little drop off. I'm like, put them on the bus. But like, is that naive of me to say? I guess that's what I'm asking because I just generally don't know, and I'm like, I cannot reference, the way school was in 1987 versus 2026. God, I'm
Yeah,
old. 40
I don't know.
years.
Yeah, that's a long time.
You know,
I don't know. I don't know how it works. I wish I could answer you, but I
leave us a
can't.
comment. Leave us a
Yeah.
comment and tell us about drop off and school buses.
So she's like, I just don't want to be going to life with my head in the sand without realizing if everything's cool with Tommy and the way it should be. And like, I don't know, I'm just not feeling good. And so Gigi's like, well, you've been playing with the stones. How are the stones feeling for you? And she's like, I don't know. The stones aren't feeling very good for me. She's like, well, they're not feeling good for you because you're seeing things and you're feeling things because you've got stones. You've got the energy of the stones coming in at you. You strip them of their energy and now you don't want them. You just strip those stones. You're just gonna leave them here in the store. I can't. I can't. I'm feeling things with these stones. It's like breaking all the windows of the aura shop. Please leave.
Yeah. So then Gigi's saying she's like, let me talk now. Dennis and I are gonna get back into business. Dennis bought the lab diamond machine a year ago and we were talking about doing
This
it and we
guy.
were going to do lab diamonds. I was like, what? You bought a
This
lab
guy.
diamond,
This guy. He bought a lab diamond machine.
which as we
Wow.
all know are diamonds in the shape of Labrador retrievers. No, Gigi, that's not what they are.
We're making diamonds out of dead Labradors. I learned it from Reza's scene last week.
Those are diamonds that go in your labia. That's why they're called lab diamonds. It's like, no, Gigi. Of course, they bought a lab diamond. Of course, they're going to put out like some sort of budget diamond situation. Like, I don't know. Like this guy, nothing says you're going you're going to get into some sort of scandal than co-investing with the guy who's making dildos and lab diamonds.
Yeah. From the place that brought you your favorite butt plug, Lab Diamonds.
I know. So Dennis like, yeah, you make raw diamonds and you send them to India and they cut and polish it there and then they insert it there and then they ship it back to us. It's all good. Great.
She's like, fuck yeah. Sounds amazing. This whole thing with Sky really sent me over the edge. So I'm glad I have a lab diamond business. Also, why is Dennis working with Gigi at all? She doesn't do anything. She brings nothing to the table. Is it because she's like an influencer, I guess? She
I
has
think so.
followers. And
She's
so
on
he can
camera.
sell that. He can,
That's
yeah,
it.
it must be because she literally does nothing. Like, if you're going to go sell lab diamonds, why would you go to Gigi? But I guess that makes sense.
Well, Gigi says that. So the whole thing with Sky really sent me over. She's so lucky I didn't grab my knife and stab her. So I pretty much have a business that we're operating called Valley Girl Diamonds. Valley Girl, just so you know, is an accumulation of everything that's been going on, because Dennis is back in my life on a business scale. So it just makes sense. And my brain brains. And when I'm thinking this chick is talking all this shit, guess what? I just made a new company, Valley Girl Diamonds, bitch. Used to be called Violent Girl Diamonds, bitch. But now it's just Valley Girl, yeah.
Valley girl, Dennis is back in my life as a business scale, but it just makes sense, It's he's got business sense, I've got brains, you know. No. And who calls it Valley Girl? Who wants a diamond that's based on the valley?
Yeah.
Like, why would
And
you do that? Suburb diamonds. Mm.
see, I know, right? Staten Island diamonds.
Shelby, who took our notes today, went to the website Valley Girl Diamonds, and she said, just so you know, my AV software flagged it as a phishing site and told me not to go in.
She went in anyway, and she took a screenshot. And I love the site shows a diamond. It says Valley Girl Diamonds, and then it has text over it that says elegance in every ethical sparkle. Right, and that's of course what I think of when I get something called Valley Girl Diamonds.
I
Soon to
want
be
an
found at
ethical
Claire's.
sparkle. I need every ethical to sparkle like a knife glinting in the sun. So MJ's like, oh my God, Valley Girl is going to be amazing. Yeah, I mean, insulting the Valley, and I'm going to show you what Valley Girl can do. I'm making something out of a bad moment. Oh
No,
God.
you're actually confirming every stereotype that Sky has of the Valley. Trashy, trashy, trashy.
Exactly. Your lame ass shit to you, diamonds. Get out of here.
It's like two-bit criminals trashiness. Like you're not doing anything to help the Valley right now.
Dildo diamonds. Can't wait. So now we go to a coffee shop with Amir and Natasha, and they order coffee, and the barista goes, "Thank you, love you guys." And he goes, "Did she just say I love you?" And she says, "I think she just said I love you." And they're like, "Your coffee's ready. Thank you. Okay, you're welcome. Love you." They're like, "Oh
Reza
wow, so that's just what you say at this
Reza
place?"
pops up and is like, "Hey, Natasha, when you hear her say that she loves Amir, does that make you feel like less of a wife? Just wondering."
Oh, that was very Los Angeles. Love
Love
you.
you.
So
So,
he's like, speaking of children, I went to my appointment with the urologist. And so he talks about how there's going to be a week of recovery. So he did go get it checked out, but it's important to him because, she needs to know that if he does do this, they have to have sex between 20 and 30 times over a 6-week period. And she's like, yeah, that's
I feel
that's
like that
not
was a
going to happen.
lie. I feel like that was a trap for her to be like, never mind. I'm like, just jerk off, sir. And he's like, and I think we should do it together. It's like a joint venture. And she's like, no. But then he goes, all that aside, I'm kind of reluctant to do it. I was like, what? So him basically going to have the consult, he knew he wasn't going to do it anyway. It's like when people are crossing the street, you're waiting to make a right turn and someone's in the crosswalk. And so what they do is they sort of do a jog over the first half of the street, but then walk the second half. And the jog is to show, look, I'm making an effort. But then they start walking because they're like, but I don't want to make an effort, but I don't want you to accuse me of not making an effort. So I did make an effort, but now
Yeah,
I've
it's
stopped.
basically going to the grocery store and buying a bunch of fruits and vegetables and then just letting them rot in your fridge all week. And you're like, but why didn't I lose any weight? I bought
Yeah,
kale.
that's exactly right. So he's like, I went to the doctor and I'm not going to do it. So he's like, I'm trying to show Natasha that I do care about how she feels by not doing anything that she's asked me to do.
Yeah,
And
basically. And he does the whole like, well, we with my first marriage, we had so much trouble having a child that now I don't want to do something to stop myself from having a child because it seems like it's dishonoring the first. Shut the
what?
fuck up.
No, no,
You
you
don't
have
get
three
away with
kids.
that. I'm sorry that your first wife passed away, but that's enough of this. You
Yeah,
go get that shit tied.
tie it
Stop
up.
it.
Tie it up. It's
Traumatic.
reversible. It's reversible.
Yeah, it's reversible. You're traumatic. Won't get your tubes tied.
No.
Sir.
So Reza Jax at his place is lowers himself into a cold plunge, which I feel like that's weird that you like I feel like I wouldn't do that alone. I need someone to watch me in case I like die. And then we go to Beauty by Nayera, and Tanine enters, and Gigi and MJ are right behind. They're gonna get their Botox, or will they? So Gigi is like, "Hey, Tanine, are you smiling or frowning? Because either way, I don't like it. I'm gonna cut a bitch."
You smiling at me? Because if you're smiling at me, I'll punch that smile right off of your face. And if you're frowning at me, I'll stab that frown right off of your face. So which is it, bitch?
You think I'm funny? You think I'm funny? How about this? You think my fists are funny? Because I'm violent.
So they're like, "Oh my God, Botox! We need to get Botox." And MJ goes,
Botox.
"Yeah, maybe I'll get my lips done too." And Tani's like, "No, babe, no more lips. Okay, you're good. You're good on the lips." And Gigi's like, "Next thing you know, she's gonna look like Mufasa."
I didn't know Mufasa had big lips, but that's
I
fine.
didn't. I was wondering that too. I was like, I hope Ben remembers like a good enough Mufasa, image to
You know, Muf
remember if that was a thing. Isn't that a lion?
well, Mufasa's like 30 years. It's been 30 years, so like we're gonna see Mufasa, and like Mufasa's gonna look like Larsa Pippen now. Like, hey guys, welcome to Pride Rock. This is my place. Here's my son Simba. I really love my son so much, and like, welcome to all the animals. Yeah.
Yeah, Mufasa's gonna get its own spinoff called The Valley, Mufasa style. They're just like, who do we put the retired Bravo people on? Just create them a valley. I just looked up Mufasa. Mufasa doesn't even have lips. Gigi.
I think she probably pulled a Ben and referenced something else entirely, thinking that she was like she probably thought she was referencing like Maribel or
Yeah, I don't know.
or
Who's that?
Maribel. I don't know. I just literally did it as I was making fun of myself doing it. I meant to say Marisol and I said Maribel. See?
She's probably meant to reference the little girl robot from Small Wonder.
Vicky. So then Nayera of Nayera's Botox comes out and she's
Oh
like,
my God, it's actually her. You go.
it's Nayera.
Oh my God. We're getting it done by the Naira.
Give me the numbing cream because I feel things so passionately.
Do you have
And
numbing cream to put on my brain? Because it's just roiling over with
my
violence.
brain is braining because I'm mad at my sister.
So they're talking about Sky because I've got literally nothing else going on. So they're talking about if Sky's going to come to the Twilight Open. Oh my God, why would you invite her to a house in the valley of all places? Ha ha ha. And MJ's like, well, she is in the market for a house, and this house does have a pool and a horrible sister in it. Horrible.
So MJ's phone rings and had a horrible sister in it. So MJ's phone rings and it's the school and they're like, "Hi, baby Shams is here and no one's here to pick him up. There is a man at the door saying, 'I just want to meet baby Shams,' but we feel like that's not the dad."
Do you want to do tantric yoga while we wait for baby Sham? Sir, please take that to the parking lot. I have to say, this did not sound like the first time from this principal. They're like, all right, hi, it's me again. Baby Shams is in the fucking office again. Is anybody going to come get this baby? Okay.
Somebody at Shams. So MJ is really upset. And so she calls Tommy and it's like, "Hi, you've reached Tommy. I'm farting right now. Please leave a message and I'll fart on top of that too. Bye."
This is Tommy. I'm just taking a huge dump right now. Leave a message, you fucking idiot. Boop.
"This is Tommy. I'm watching the Mets. Just kidding. I'm taking a poop. Just kidding. I'm taking a poop while I'm watching the Mets. Leave a message."
And MJ is like, we live like 10 minutes away from the school. This is ridiculous. I mean, he said he wants to support me, but then he doesn't even support me. I'm very busy right now getting Botox. Also, the scene is so funny because Botox literally takes 5 minutes. They're acting like, oh my God, what are we going to do? The Botox day is ruined. They
Well,
go
it's
like this. And then you go leave and get your kid.
She has like a dot matrix on her forehead because they've like planned it all out. But I guess probably they're like filming over in like Studio City and she's all like the school's all the way in Calabasas, you
Oh,
know?
that's true. Calabasas isn't just an easy track to go grab the kid.
Yeah. And so, but it is funny because she's like, Mauricio says I have to have, I'm gonna have to miss some drop-offs, but she's literally getting Botox instead. It's like, no,
I
this
know,
is
I know, I know. I mean, I can see why she's mad. He's supposed to
of
go pick up the
course.
kids. He can't even do that. I get it. It's just funny watching them talk about this in a Botox shop.
Yeah.
So she keeps calling him and she keeps getting messages. So she gets upset and goes to the lobby. And Gigi goes and sits with her, and there's a bowl of little Hershey's Kisses. And so MJ just starts like opening them and pounding them because she's nervous. And she's like, "Where is he? Why isn't he answering?" "I don't know. This is a conversation you need to have with your husband, preferably with a noose in your hand, so we really get who's boss."
Maybe his battery's dead. Is his battery dead? I'll tell you who else is gonna be dead. Anyone who crosses me, I'm angry. So MJ's like, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. I'm just like upset because I just can't rely on him. I know because you're not there to feel like you don't feel like you're not there and you feel like you can't be there for Shams, but you are there, Mayor. Don't put the trash in here, okay? You are there. You just happen to be in a Botox shop while your son is scared into school. That's okay, Mayor. So am I making it better for you?
Why do we keep eating these Hershey's Kisses? Just because they're there doesn't mean we have to keep unwrapping them and putting them in our mouths. Oh my God, I can't stop eating the Hershey's Kisses. I have to spit them out. She spits out like a whole mouthful of
I just
Hershey's
got married
Kisses.
to one Hershey's Kiss to make another Hershey's Kiss jealous.
I've got an idea. I'm going to start making Hershey's Kisses with Dennis. It's going to change everything.
Lab made Hershey's Kisses.
They're like regular Hershey's Kisses, but he makes them in a machine and then ships them off to India and waits for them to be shaped, and then they're shipped back. What could go wrong?
So then MJ gets through to Tommy.
Yeah, babe.
And she's like, "Where are you? Do you have my son?"
No, not yet. He hasn't come out yet. I don't know. It took me literally 25 minutes to park the car.
How does it take 25 minutes to park their car at school? What's going on here? Is your kid going to school at Dodger Stadium?
Don't they have a Don't they have like a carpool lane? Yeah, he's like at the Hollywood Bowl going to school.
Where is this? How is this so inefficient? Like the kid's waiting in the office. That means people have already come and picked up their kids. What else? There's no traffic in the parking
There's
lot at this
nobody.
point.
Yeah, that's true. There's nobody at the school, sir. You're there an hour past school ending. That's
You're
a
at
good point.
TCBY. We know where you are.
Yeah. So she's like, "Well, but he's been in the office for 30 minutes."
Well, I've been trying to park for 25, so I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, you could call the school and let them know that you're parking.
That man was taking a nap. Is
Yeah,
what he
that's
was
100%
doing. That
correct.
jobless ass was at home taking
I
a
don't
nap.
believe it. Yeah, like literally, if you're running late and you know your kid is there, you like call the school and say, "Hey, I'm looking for a spot, or can you bring him out to the curb? I'll pick him up at the curb." Like whatever it is, but not like I was looking for a spot in my school's parking lot for 25 minutes. No, I don't
Yeah,
believe
and
this.
he's like,
Well, no one's more supportive of me, all right? Because she's got, she's got all this stuff to do. She's got to go to showings. She's got to do stuff like that. Who's taking care of the kid? It's me. It's me, okay? That's what I'm here for. I'm not leaving him at the bus stop, all right?
"Okay, but you should because the bus stop is more dependable than you.
It's a service, okay? We're paying for it. Use
Marry the bus driver."
it. So she's like, if I'm at a showing or in a meeting or getting Botox, then I need to have that peace of mind that I don't have to keep one eye on my phone to see who's calling. And then next time, at least you could just actually be 15 minutes early.
So she's like, "Yeah, he's lying." And they're like, "Well, is it usual that he's late?" And she's like, "Well, what's usual is that I'm doing the pickup. That's what's unusual." And Gigi's like, "That's a little embarrassing. It's a little embarrassing. You're starting lab diamonds with Dennis. You're not
Yeah.
allowed to talk about what's embarrassing.
Valley Girl
Not that you're
Diamonds.
wrong." Yeah.
MJ's like, this doesn't help me trying to have my big speech with Mauricio for my event tomorrow because he literally said, if you want to level up your business, you're going to miss a lot of pickups and drop offs. You're going to miss a lot of pickups and drop offs. Like, this is Botox.
So they're like, "This sucks for her," and they're asking her if she's happy, and she's like, "I don't know how to answer that." So then we go to Reza and Adam's house, and Reza's eating blackberries off of a blackberry plant, and Adam's sweeping. Just their home life is kind of cute, I guess. I'm surprised that this ended up so peacefully with Reza because I saw a post the other day reminding us of Reza's history on this show. And it was like, hey, let's not forget Reza was the guy who dumped Adam right before their wedding and then still took the trip to Thailand, but didn't take Adam and just took his friends instead. And then married Adam at some restaurant as a surprise, so Adam couldn't even invite his friends and family.
Oh,
That's
I
who
totally
Reza is.
forgot about
I
all
forgot
of
that too. I forgot about it too, but I was cracking up because I'm like, wow, how are they so peaceful? Has Adam just given up or what?
I think the most shocking thing is how Reza is actually quite a bit of an afterthought on this show this season. He doesn't really have a storyline. He just sort of pops in and he agitates, but even that, he's only really agitated in one area, and the rest he's just sort of like around. So it's surprising because I feel like Reza was the main selling point. Like Reza and MJ, but like Reza is and always has been the star of this group. And so it's weird that he's really on the sideline so much.
He's trying. He is trying, man. He comes in there and tries to start the mess, but he's not with as stupid people as he was before. And these people, like, he's trying with Sky, and it's just not going to work. He looks like an idiot.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And you've got a huge villain in Sky. I mean, they could really be doing a number with Sky, and she's just not falling for it. And I love that for her.
Yeah. Actually, Sky is like really good at like not letting Reza work his magic on her. She like basically tells Reza to shut the fuck up later in the episode, and it works. So
Yeah.
Reza's like, so hey, I was texting with Tommy, and actually I hit him up and I said, I just want to say that I appreciate you responding, and I was nervous about reaching out. Production aside, I'd love to meet up and chat off camera if you're open to it. And he said, appreciate you reaching out. So let's touch base once filming is done and go from there. Ah.
I'm sorry to repeat all of that because none of it was important, but it was so funny just listening to Reza read. He's like, let me read you the text that I wrote to Tommy. I just wanted to say that I appreciate you response. It's like, oh my God, can we just, Adam, you read it. Pass the phone.
So Adam's like, that sounds promising. Sometimes it takes a minute for someone to get there, but eventually the bulgur wheat soaks and it becomes soft enough to eat. Tabbouleh and friendship.
And then Adam's like, there's a knock on the door, and are you expecting someone? Oh my God, it's gonna be Tommy with a flower plot. Flower plot, duck. So Adam's like, maybe I'm gonna go to the door and see if you want to go see if you want to put this in the closet. Hee hee. So there's a guy named Brandon, and he's like this handsome guy, and Adam leads him to the backyard. And Reza's like, dude, there is a very handsome, tall black man in the backyard. Like, what the hell am I doing here? Am I getting the three-way that I've always wanted? Adam, we're breaking up. I have a new husband now. We're going to Thailand.
What everybody wants, surprise tantric yoga.
On a hot 95-degree day in the valley.
Outside in the valley. Yeah. Sounds sexy. So the guy's like, okay, well, if you haven't done this before, it's great. Okay, I'm kind of gonna be your first date in LA. You're going to pop the cherry? What? Bitches be crazy. Tantric sex in my own backyard? Like what? This is such white people shit.
Seriously. So Adam's like, Reza and I definitely are making steps to listen and communicate more. And my husband says I don't give him enough affection. So now I am going to learn the act of finding ways to ejaculate without even having to touch in the first place.
When Gigi said all I have to do is look at him and he'll ejaculate, I was in.
So then
It's like oven, it's like spiritual oven mitts.
So they now start practicing tantric yoga, which is a lot of, you know, a lot of touching and feeling and writhing. And
The guy's
having-
like, you guys need to get root to root. What the fuck does that mean? I don't want to think about their roots. So they're touching and they're massaging, and then he's like bends Reza over and is like kind of like doing like fuck poses behind him. This whole thing. I mean,
It's
at
like-
least they're clothed. This could have been worse. It could have been like hot yoga naked, you know, with just some little fuzz outs. So I guess most of this I was thinking, well, this could be worse, but I still don't need this. Nobody needs this. Aren't you guys trying to build an audience?
Mhm. Yeah, this was not helpful, and I really, again, I can't emphasize how embarrassing it was for me on the airplane watching this. So Reza's like, sexual touch is great, yes, but it's just about feeling connected. Like, that's who I am. And then we see pictures of, like, we see him in like a happy baby pose and everything. And he's like, what's your favorite pose? And Adam says, he likes downward dog.
Ugh. F. So then we go to MJ's Twilight open house, and Layla's there, guys. No, we've all been missing Layla.
Yeah.
And Layla's like, oh my God, we need some champagne. This is crazy. I mean, we need a pre-party. So they start drinking while they're setting up. And we see the house. It's 5,600 square feet, 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom. It looks like pretty much every other house. It's like kind of that like farmhouse modern cheap remodels slapped over an older house.
It looks empty and echoey and bare. And so, MJ is saying that Mauricio's coming and stuff. And she's like, I had this big meeting and he said, if you want to net 1 million a year, you're going to have to miss a lot of pickups.
That's
And he,
literally all MJ took for that whole meeting. It's like, I
yeah,
don't have to do carpool anymore.
yeah, that's all I have to do. And yet she says how Tommy had pickup and he was 30 minutes late. And Layla goes, so he didn't know what time he's supposed to go pick up? She's like, he knew. I'm just fucking humiliated. I'm mortified. I'm sad. I'm still really fucking pissed.
Yeah, so she's talking about how she's trying to build for her family and he's just blowing it. So she calls Tommy. Tommy's bringing stuff over, and she's like, "Hey, I just want you to know that Reza and Tommy." Oh no, I'm sorry. She's talking to Layla. Still, I thought it was a later part. She's saying, "I want you to know Reza and Tommy have been texting back and forth, and so now I need to tell Tommy Reza's coming." So she called. This is where she calls. I'm sorry, you guys. I should just scroll. So she calls Tommy, and she's like, "I just want to warn you, Reza's going to be here." He's like, "Got it. I'm on the way." And I thought, wow. That's so casual. Like now he's going to be fine with Reza.
Hmm.
I misunderstood.
Well,
I misunderstood that one.
need to adjust one little aspect of what you're saying. She calls Tommy and Tommy does not take her call. And then Layla calls Tommy and he takes the call.
Oh, oh
And
shit.
then and MJ's like, "Why aren't you taking my call?" And he goes, "Oh, I did answer your call, but I hung up right away." If you hang up on someone, it doesn't go to voicemail. Sir,
This fucking guy.
he's just lying now. But anyway, so she warns him that Reza will be there when he drops stuff off. And then Reza comes over. This is actually my favorite version of Reza when he comes over and he critiques a place. Like I actually think that they should give Reza a show where he sets a place up for staging to go on the market because I think he's actually pretty good at it. And he like walks around and he's like, "I'm a
He
dude."
did that remodeling show,
Well,
remember?
but
I
that's
don't.
different. Remodeling is different. I think just staging, like what to do to make it look better for sale instead of like the remodel show was so silly because it was like they went through all these schematics that they rendered on the iPad and that people didn't even do any of it. It was so stupid.
Yeah.
But Reza's like, "I'm a realtor, so I know how difficult it is to pull off a Twilight open because you're wearing a lot of hats. And obviously, I want MJ to succeed. And anything I could do to help her. I know she's having Mauricio, her boss, come by. So it's like anxiety at another level because it's also a chance for me to get in front of a Mauricio and then I could get the listings." Ha ha ha.
So they go through this tour, and he's like, are you gonna fix those ceilings? Because there's like cracks on the ceiling, and like that's bad. And like, look, the sliding glass door doesn't work right. Like, do you see how this is turning? It's like Sky's hairline. It's like from water going in here.
And he's like, "Oh my God, look, you have weeds here by the pool." And MJ's like, "But I think we wanted to keep that though." She's like, "You want to keep the weed that's growing in the cracks by the pool?"
Well, she's saying, I think that the people that buy that can take care of it. She's like, they can get it. If it's their house, they can fix it. And so she says, no, she's not offended by his 2 cents because that's his love language. And if your friends can't be honest with you, you're screwed.
Tommy shows up and he's got supplies. And so he sort of like he's like leaving them at the curb. So Adam goes there and like Adam grabs ice from Tommy. And it's like, wow, look at them interacting. He grabbed the ice from Tommy, and Tommy's like, "Here's the ice." That was like it. It was like, ooh, they're talking. Then Reza comes outside. He's like, "Hey, bro." And he comes out and he like tries to do a fist bump, but Tommy just totally ignores Reza and just keeps on going. And Reza's like, "Oops, psych. Yeah,
And
great."
he just walks back to the minivan and like won't come out from behind it. Brett is like, I think like Tommy and I texting was like a milestone, but I'm feeling his body language and it's not even like open or receptive. He's behind a minivan. So I don't think he's very open to a conversation. No, he's not coming here to shoot with you. He's coming to drop ice. I did think Tommy was going to come in and at least say like, hi, but I think he knew that Reza would be like, let's have a scene about it.
Yeah, I mean, this is like another weird thing where like in the real world, I don't know. I think Tommy, this is a big deal for MJ, and he should have just stayed and helped set up and like put his shit to the side for one fucking night. But he also knows it's a TV show. This is where it gets meta because it's like but we know it's a TV show. We know it'll be a scene. He doesn't want to be forced in a situation where he has to have a conversation. But then on the other hand, he can just shut the conversation down. He can be there and he can just not engage because we see it happen with like actually several other people in this party.
In this
So
actual episode, or just say like, "Hey, I respect that you want to have a talk. I'm not ready."
yeah,
That's it, you know.
but
But he's
like,
Tommy. It's like we're expecting emotional intelligence for Tommy, and him being worried that Reza's going to make a scene is correct because Reza's like, I guess he's not ready for a conversation. Like, no, it's not about you getting your scene. Everything's not about you getting your fucking scene, Reza.
but also like Tommy acting like he's Mother Teresa for dropping off ice. He's like, I've supported so much. I dropped off the ice. I picked up shams. What else do you want from me? It's
Yeah,
like, thank you for getting me ice. Thank you for bringing shams. Can you come inside? She helps set things up. MJ's sitting there sweating while she's trying to
yeah.
look good for this Twilight Open and try to be presentable. She's running around like crazy, and you don't have your person there to help you out. You just have Layla, and Reza. I don't know. I think it's shitty on his part, regardless
Yeah,
if it's a
so
TV show or not.
yeah, he gets in the car to drive away, and she's like, "Wait, Tommy, I need 5 minutes." He goes,
I've been driving all over town. Sorry, I'm done.
and she goes, "I need 5 minutes," and he's like,
Close the door.
so she closes it, and he drives off, and I just sit there waiting for a divorce attorney to arrive because this
Yeah.
fucking guy. So she's like, "Well, so much for the icebreaker. Like, you can't just say hi. Like, I've never had higher stakes," and he's just waiting. He's just like walking out for nothing. It's immature and it's disappointing.
Yeah. So other people are arriving. Vita shows up. Or Vita's yeah,
Where's the
Vita's
lifeguard? Where's the
Where's the
lifeguard?
lifeguard?
Where is he?
Lifeguard, where's the lifeguard? Greg and Tanine are driving, and Greg's asking if Sky's coming, and Tanine's like, "Well, Mare said that she's coming," which I was very surprised to hear. I mean, if I see her, I'm gonna say hi. I mean, I'm not a 5-year-old. I don't know if you know that. I'm not a 5-year-old.
So Vita is asking Tanine if they're still friends, if she's still friends with Sky, and she's like, we're working on that. Well, it's good. You should be friends with people who are good people. I know she's a good person. I saw her dog. Even her dog looked very healthy, moisturized. Very, very healthy.
Shervin was there. I saw Shervin, and I saw some people in the back. I saw Kiki Monique in the background, and I saw Shervin. They showed literally a 0.03 second clip of Shervin, but I have like a really strong Shervdar because when I went by, I was like, that was Shervin. And it was like literally, I was going by frame. It was one frame of Shervin, and then it kept on going.
Well,
But
it
I
should
saw
have been
Shervin.
Ben Mandelker over there in that party. We got invited to that Twilight open
We
house,
did?
but yeah, you were out of town. You were somewhere, and I was like, I don't
Oh,
want to go to an open house, a
let's do
Twilight
that.
open house on TV. I always look stupid on TV standing in the background of those things.
I'll like show up in a
I'm all
hat like
hunched over,
Jamiroquai.
like, I just look so much cuter in my head that I decided to keep it that way. But thanks for the invite. Ding.
Well, I'll go
So,
to the next one.
if there is one,
Uh-oh. Man,
if
we could have
MJ has committed to never doing carpool again and makes it in real estate. I'm just kidding.
we could have seen Mauricio pop up in real life.
No.
Well, Gigi shows up, which, by the way, in another world would have been a more significant moment because she hates her sister so much. She wasn't going to show up because she doesn't want to go see her sister. That's family layoff, bitch. But she shows up and she says, the reason I'm going to my sister's open house is because if I didn't show up, all hell would break loose. MJ would get offended. My sister would get offended. My dad would get offended. My friends would get offended. The lab diamonds would get offended. And then I'd have to just slice all sorts of people up with my knives because I'm violent. I don't suffer fools.
Girl, you're only going to this open house because you know Sky's going to be there and you control her. So we know. We see
100%.
you. So Reza's like, I go where the wind takes me with those two because Gigi's like, oh my God, Dennis is here, everybody. They're like, oh my God, we have to talk to Dennis again. So Reza's like, hey, bro, what is happening? I just like let the wind take me with them because like it seems like at this moment they're cool, but as soon as they get uncool, she's gonna expect me not to fuck with this guy anymore.
So then Reza's like, hey, what is that chintzy thing on your chest? Did you go to Claire's boutique before? She goes, no.
Were you
This is-
eating Cracker Jacks? Why do you have one of their toys around your neck?
What's up with the Dorito on your chest? This is Valley Girl. It's my new jewelry line that I just started this past week, which, by the way, that's another reason why this is going to be garbage. Like, How do you just start a new business and a new brand like of jewelry within a week and expect it to be good? There's no way. I'm sorry.
You already had the machine. I like that she's getting necklaces before she's even got the diamonds cut. So Mauricio comes and he's looking around the house. He's just like, yeah, let me look at this closet door. Oh, that's a closet door. I knew it. I knew it.
Hey, are there any hot chicks in this closet? Nope. What about in this drawer? Nope. All right. Well, I guess my work here is done.
Meanwhile, MJ is talking to some guy. He's like, "Oh my God, Mercedes, your boobs are huge." She goes, "Yeah, well, I was thinking of getting a reduction." "Oh, hi, Mauricio." He comes right up behind her. She's talking about her boob reduction. He's like, "Oh, hi. Okay, let's talk about the house. I noticed there were some doors, and I said, those are closet doors. And then I opened them, and they were closet doors. So that was pretty good."
I like the color scheme and I like it. It's a little starkish and it's it's a little dated, but but you're wearing a nice outfit, so I don't want to rag on it too much. And the house is nice too, but it feels a little bit like a little hospital in the hallways. There's just like no warmth to it, But as a buyer though, you should be able to get around that and get through it. So it's all great. I'm like, he hates the house. He doesn't want to troll his own agent on TV. He's like, this is really bad. You're not going to make $1 million.
Yeah, he's like, "You've done no work on this house. This house sucks."
Yeah.
But you can work around that as a seller. You tell them, what are you gonna do? If you have a medical emergency, boom, at least you're already in a hospital.
You're here already. And like you did good job. You did a really, really good job. You got a good turnout. I like the mamitas. The signs look good. That dandelion growing by the pool, nice touch. I like that.
She's like, "Well, I did some door knocking," and he's like, "Really? That's just a term. People don't really do that."
You really don't have to do that.
It's a turn of phrase. And MJ is like, "Yeah, and I missed some drop-offs and pickups." And he's like, "Oh, so you just abandoned your child?" Or, well, I don't know. Maybe my advice isn't really translating.
I love doing great job at work, and I love that I'm, in the company of such greatness as Mauricio, and he gives me my confidence back to just like go crush it. And sky's the limit on my real estate career. I have so many goals now. Yeah, okay, well that's a nice little monologue you had, but let me give you some buzzwords. You're doing the work. It's turning out nicely. That's the way the cookie crumbles. Don't no use crying over spilled milk, and gotta go. Bye.
Bye. I'm opening a kimosabi in my basement, so I gotta go make sure the construction's going okay.
I hear they're rebooting Real Housewives of Dallas, so I gotta get a flight down to Texas. So see you later.
Sky and Bombshot are in the car, and she's like, "Oh, how long do we have to stay at this thing?" And he's like, "You go, you walk around, you take a look at the house, you come across people, you say, hello. That's the short of it. Someone attacks your wife, you say, Then after you come back in the car and say, I'm sorry. What do you want me to say?"
It's actually going to be interesting. I haven't seen anybody for ages. I will wonder if I eat Erawan in front of them, will it taste worse because of their stink?
I don't have a problem with MJ, so I'll support her. But I'm not nervous to see anybody. Do I want to see them? No. But am I nervous? No. Can I ask myself more questions? Sure. Will I? No. So he's like, "Get over it. Okay, let's just go. We have to get over it and get through the thing." So he tells us she's going through the lion's den, but he's like, "I'm going to have to go into the lion's den with her, and that's okay. I take some kicks, I take some scratches, I take some bites, but that's marriage. It's what we do."
I'm a miserable guy, basically. I'm
Just
trapped.
don't ask me to get a bartender, please. Please.
So they show up, and everyone's like, oh my God, Sky's here, Sky's here. Oh my God, Sky's here. Mauricio's like, hey, Sky, hi, are you on your own TV show, or is this count as a pop-up or not? I don't know. She's like, hello, Mauricio. She's like, yeah, that's nice. Oh, yeah, okay, I'm gonna go now. So MJ's like, listen, Sky, I've been the person that is like walking into a room where I wasn't welcome. Just saying, I just don't want you to feel that way. So maybe you talk to people. It's like, no, I don't feel that way because I feel welcomed by you. So I don't look at it that way. We were invited, all good. I'm happy.
And Sky's like, "Well, I went to lunch with her, and she should, if she was serious about being friends, she should call me," which is basically also what Tanin says. So they're both being stubborn. and Reza comes over. And meanwhile, I think it's important to point out that the cast is all standing against a wall. They're like in the, okay, if you're on this show, stand over against this wall. This is where we're going to shoot the cast, because they're all just kind of standing there, looking. So Reza's like, okay, I'll go in. So he walks over and he's like, hello, Sky. Can I talk to you about what happened in Palm Springs? And she's like, oh, God. You guys haven't communicated? No, we haven't, because Adam hit her up and she didn't respond. She's like, usually I do not respond if people are rude to me and disrespect me. He's like, I don't know that you realize the way you were behaving. And she's like, no, what did I do?
Well, when I was setting the table, you came by and you were like, if you're going to do it right. Meanwhile, cut to Reza walking around the house, being like, MJ, if you're going to list this house, do it right.
Reza trying to make that a huge deal is so funny. She was not even being mean to you. She was such a wuss.
I know. I think she was like being jokey stern, right? And so he's like, when you yell at a bunch of people that live in the valley, that there are no good restaurants in the valley, the food sucks in the valley. He's like taking this whole thing of like, how dare you insult the restaurants in the valley? And so this guy's like,
the Valley
okay.
Business District. What do you call that? The Chamber of Commerce or whatever.
This guy's like, okay, Reza, okay, just going back and digging into that shithole. I can't do this. Like, digging into the shithole that you created. How could you say there are shitholes in the valley?
How could you talk about the valley like this? These people are new to the valley when they're not used to people talking shit about the valley. Like,
yeah.
You'll be fine. So Reza's like, but from your words, that's where this is all coming from, and the way you were talking to people. Stop attacking women in public. Like, go away. Just fucking go away. You're such a little gnat.
Yeah.
Go away. Stop trying to start public fights with people. So awkward.
Yeah, and Sky's basically like, yeah, I think you're trying to start, babe, and I'm not into it. I'm not into it. So, but it's your words, though. It's your words. She basically like, whatever.
Yeah, and MJ's like, but I feel bad now. So then we see the cast standing against the wall, and Adam's like,
Oh, do you think she's taking accountability? Or as we call it, tabuliality?
and Natasha's like, and he goes,
Yeah, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no.
So then we go back to the conversation. This guy's like, oh my God, Bumshot, he's being so rude and gross. He's like, there's nothing else to say. What else does he have to say, huh? Well, I don't have to listen. So now Reza comes back to the other group and he's like, I was like, can we talk about what happened? And she says, no, I don't want to talk about the past.
I want to make sure that Sky knew, like, listen, we can be cool. And if I'm going to be around you, at least I want to be able to explain to you why we had an interaction that we had. But she was like, psh, whatever, I don't like this. And then she literally walked away. Adam, what are you doing to that wall? Sorry, practicing the tantric yoga. Is this awkward? Stop it.
Also, Reza, that's not what you did. You didn't go over there and say, hey, I hope we can be cool. You went over there and started another confrontation. Fucking asshole, this guy. So he's like, zero accountability, double down, triple down. What a waste of time. So Adam's like, well, I have a bone to pick with her. And then he acts like he's walking off, but it's Adam.
No, Adam, no, stop. I was kidding, guys. I wasn't really going to do anything. Don't worry, we're safe. So now Gigi is handing out her jewelry. She's like, everyone, here comes Valley Girl jewelry. And they're all handing it out. And then Dennis is offers one to Sky. And Gigi's like, what if she fucking throws it down? I might have to get angry. I might have to use these hands to strangle a bitch because I'm violent.
I'm gonna surprise her with a Valley Girl charm necklace, V for Valley, because she loves the Valley so much. Ha ha ha! I kind of thrive off this shit. I mean, I thought it was so great. Wow, you're starting a whole business just to troll someone who doesn't even like you. You're so pathetic.
Or care.
Like, this is so sad.
So they're all like they're looking at their necklaces. They're being nice about it. Natasha's like, oh, she did this out of spite. Well, good for her. And Reza Jax is like, it's a bit childish. It's very childish. But you know what? That's Gigi. Ha. And so Vida walks up and looks at it and she's like, oh, is V for Vida? No, for Valley Girl.
She's like, this is not real. This color is gold, of course, but this is not real. And they're like, no.
She knows.
I like that they're trying to make Sky the big villain, but Vita's the one who will really just say it. She's like, who brought this junk?
I know. So the MJ is like reading it. Sky's looking just not saying anything. And so she hands it over to Bombshot. She's like, put these somewhere away from me. Get it away as far away from Erewhon as possible.
I don't want my neck to turn green.
It's so cool that you took like a negative connotation, Gigi, and you turned it into something really good. That's amazing. If Reza weren't mad at Sky, Reza would be ragging on this jewelry so hard on camera. I'd be like, she took like basically scrapyard metal and put a diamond on it. Like, what is this?
And what good did she turn it into? Because that website looks fake as fuck and you can't buy diamonds off of it. So what are you guys talking about? She's like, well, when I saw disrespect to the valley, oh, I just started boiling inside. I just thought it's a perfect time to make it. Also, a V has two very sharp points on it, two ways to stab people.
I'm gonna stab him and I'm gonna drive off on my Mercedes because I'm a punk. So then Sky is like, oh, Viva Valley, Viva Valley. It's like obviously like they're fake diamonds. I mean, do I look like someone who will wear this on my necklace? Ugh. How is it that's from sex toys? Now you're doing jewelry? Like she is so pathetic.
Blah. She does her blah thing. I don't care what anybody says. I love Sky. She's my favorite person. She's like, wow, oh, V for the Valley? Oh, yes, you're making fake diamonds. Of course. Like, you're making my points. Like you said earlier, she's just making your point.
Yeah, she's great. So Sky basically tells MJ, I'm not ever going to change myself or go out of my way. People, they know me for years. They know who I am. I treat people with equality and respect. And
They bring
MJ,
the bag to my car. I say thank you.
yeah, that's pretty much it. MJ's like, but now, okay, but you're like really not okay with your best friend right now. You got to deal with that. She's like, no. It's like, okay, well, that's not okay. And Bombshot's like, MJ, you need to give it time. You need to let them figure it out on their own. See, look, supportive husband. I did it. I did it.
Yeah, this is very reminiscent of the original Valley when they all started shooting and Brittany and Jax would split up at the parties and try and get everybody fighting with each other. And like Brittany would literally be like, no, remember the reason you're mad at her is because she disrespected you. You need to go out there and tell her you're not happy about it. Go. That's exactly what MJ and Reza are doing. They're like, okay, come on, guys, we need to fight. We're on a TV show.
Hmm. So Sky is, Sky and Tanin are sort of like looking at each other from across the party, and Sky's like, Tanin thinks that it's like, this is time for me to initiate too, but like, you need to know the situation. When you stay in that corner and interact with them, that's not my problem, sweetheart. So MJ's saying, well, you offended your best friend. She's like, what did I do wrong for her? My dog is my child. I moisturized my child. I learned from Rachel Zoe.
She's like, you made a comment about the discount of jewelry, and it was just a wrong vibe. She goes, oh, so I should apologize for this? She's like, if you love somebody, you can take ownership. And she's like, oh, get out of here. I piss on love.
MJ goes, you piss on love? Yes. Yes, sir. No. That's what you
And
want to hear? No.
she's like, but she says you're family. And who are you going to have Thanksgiving with? She goes, I'm not desperate, honey. I have my own family. I have my own husband. I have my own children. I have my own Erewhon for turkey. Stop it.
MJ says, if you would rather be right about everything than get your friend back, that's unfortunate. Thank God I don't have that kind of drama with my friends right now because it's just so petty. I'm like, but you do with your husband, I have to say. So
And
MJ,
you broke up with your friends. The last time we saw you guys wouldn't speak to each other either. The only reason you started talking again was to get another TV show.
yeah. So
Seems bad.
Tanine is talking over by the wall. And she's like, guys, I mean, if I see Sky, I'll say hi. It's not a problem. I'm not like a 5-year-old, right, guys? And Greg's like, wait, you haven't said hi? She's like, well, I haven't seen her yet. And Amir goes, but she's like, if I say hi, I'll say hi, guys. So like, Tanine's pretty cool, huh? And she's like, wait, hold up, Amir. Go get a drink over there. And then Adam goes, go get a vasectomy. Ha. Such a bad boy tonight.
So Tanine's like, well, when you walk into an event, usually you go up to everybody and say hi, like Bombshot did. But she didn't do that. So why should I say hi to her? Oh my God, are you fucking 5? Oh, you're all 5 years old. Just stop. So she finally does. She goes to the bar. And that's where Sky is. And so she's like, how are you? And she's like, oh, it's exhausting. I'm ready to go home. She goes, yeah, me too. I've been ready to go since I got here. I mean, did you see the cracks in the ceiling?
So you look tiny. Are you just not eating? And Sky's like, no, I eat. Ugh, it's called Erewhon. How many times do I have to say it?
And then it's just like a real awkward moment where Tanning's like, "Oh, really? I look thin. Well, maybe it's because my father is dying." But does she ask me? Like, that's coming
Hmm.
in. That's coming soon.
So Vita comes by and says, goodbye, they're selling fake jewelry over there. And Tanine's like, okay, well, I'm going to see you at my event, right, Vita? She's like, oh, yes, 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 of course. I can't wait to tear it apart. It's like,
Yes, but
babe.
I'd also like to thank you for coming to my event, and I would like to thank you, Sky, for coming to the event Vida. You might see from the cheap necklace, but I would like to say thank you for being more of a spitting image than me than MJ could ever be. Thank
I
you.
know, right?
You're my daughter.
So Sky's like, I'm going to go. Bye. So Sky goes to say bye to MJ, and she's like, my kids are at home. And Tanine's like, you know what? I went, I said hi because I'm not 5 years old. And the ego and the pride is above my friendship. This is so embarrassing.
Yeah, so MJ tells Tanin about the conversation they had, and she's like, and I said, what about Thanksgiving? What about family? And she says, I have no family. She says, I already have so much family. And I was like, can't you just say you're sorry? And she said, no, I'm not sorry. And then I said, then why don't you guys just move forward? And she said, no. I was like, well, you're really helping things, MJ. MJ's like, all I want to do is help.
And Tanine's like, look, I just put her in this little weird box of she's my sister. And to be honest with you, I think I overdid it a little bit with how much, Sky jewelry I have or how much support I have. And MJ's like, hey, you put her on a pedestal. And then Tanine says, giving no credit to any of the time we spend, the trips, the family gatherings, these are all signs and red flags of a terrible friendship. And then we see a flashback of the serum going on the dog.
Oh, dun, dun, dun. Well, they've really made that one argument about not liking the valley last.
And the
Gotta hand it
dog.
to him.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
basically Tanine's like, you know what? Now I really want nothing to do with her. It's just disgusting at this point.
And that's it. That brings us to the end of the vow and the week. Everybody go grab tickets for the Golden Crappies on February 27th over at watchwhatcrappens.com. We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye.